The Haunting of Blackthorn Castle. Nestled atop a craggy hill, Blackthorn Castle loomed ominously under the pale glow of the full moon. Centuries old and steeped in lore, it was said to be cursed, a place where no soul entered without losing a part of themselves. Intrigued by its history, a group of adventurers, Sophie, Mark, and Liam, decided to explore the castle despite the warnings from the locals. The trio arrived at dusk, their flashlights barely piercing the dense fog that cloaked the castle grounds. The creaking iron gates opened with an eerie groan as if reluctant to let them in. Inside, the air was damp and heavy, carrying the scent of decay. Cobwebs draped over ancient chandeliers, and the faint sound of whispers echoed through the halls. "This place is amazing," Sophie whispered, her voice betraying her nerves. "It's just an old castle," Mark scoffed, though he gripped his flashlight tightly. The group moved deeper into the castle, passing grand, decaying rooms and faded portraits whose painted eyes seemed to follow their every step. In one room, they found a grand piano covered in dust. Liam couldn't resist pressing a key. The note rang out hollowly, and suddenly the sound of a melody filled the room. "No way," Liam muttered, stepping back. The piano played itself, the haunting tune resonating through the castle. "That's not normal," Sophie said, her voice shaking. Mark tried to laugh it off. "It's probably some old mechanism." But as the music grew louder, the air around them grew colder. They decided to move on, their curiosity now mingled with unease. In the grand hall, they discovered a massive tapestry depicting a dark figure surrounded by flames. Beneath it was an inscription in Latin. Sophie translated aloud, "The cursed shall remain until the debt is paid." "What debt?" Liam asked, but before anyone could answer, a chilling wail echoed through the hall. From the shadows emerged a figure cloaked in black, its face hidden beneath a hood. The air seemed to ripple around it as it moved closer, its feet never touching the ground. "Who dares disturb my rest?" A voice boomed, reverberating through the castle. "We didn't mean any harm," Sophie stammered. The figure raised a skeletal hand, and the torches lining the walls burst into flames. The adventurers were frozen in place as the figure pointed at Liam. "You touched the piano. You awakened me." "It was an accident," Liam pleaded, his face pale. "There are no accidents here," the figure hissed. "You must pay the debt." The floor beneath Liam cracked, revealing a fiery abyss. Sophie and Mark screamed as Liam was pulled toward the chasm, the figure's laughter echoing in their ears. At the last moment, Sophie grabbed Liam's arm and shouted, "We'll leave, we swear!" The figure paused, its hollow eyes studying them. After a tense moment, it waved its hand. The floor closed and the flames extinguished. "Leave now," it commanded, "and never return." The trio didn't need to be told twice. They ran, tripping over debris in their haste until they were outside the castle gates. As they looked back, the castle seemed to shimmer, its walls dissolving into mist. The next morning, they returned with authorities, but there was no trace of Blackthorn Castle, only an empty hill. The locals claimed it had vanished centuries ago, leaving the adventurers to wonder if they had escaped a nightmare or crossed into a realm where time and reality blurred.